Mm. Good evening, homeschool educators and homeschoolers in Hong Kong. I'm Dr. Lai. So today I will teach you differentiation. What is derivative? Okay, let's get started. All right, so our topic is differentiation. Okay, so let's make a graph and make you understand what is it. For example, we have xy coordinates and we have a parabola. Okay, so, and here, this straight line, tangent line, when touched at it for one point, it's called tangent line. This tangent line touch at the parabola at one point. Okay, so what is derivative? It's meaning slope of tangent line at a particular point. Points. All right, and that is the definition of the derivative. You touch it at one point, the tangent line, touch it at one point, okay? So once you understand this, okay, so we will talk about the two basic rules of derivative tonight, okay? Okay, so let's get started. So rules, remember. Rules number one, x to the n power derivative, okay, would be equal to move this n in front, okay, and you have the x right here. And then, of course, you have a n right here, right? Use it, -1. Okay, and that is the power rule. Okay, so let's take an example. You have y equal to 2x to the third power. So how do we do derivative? Simple. We apply the power rule. Okay, so you could say y pi equal to, put the 3 right in front. 3 times 2 is, what is it? 6, right? 6. And then what am I going to do? The index -1. See the rule? Index -1. So it would be 2, right? You could write this one as dy dx. Okay, it's the same thing, just different symbol. Y equal to 2x cubed. Okay, you could say dy dx. Okay, y dy dx, here is what? Dy, and here is x. So dy over dx. So the same. Use this 3 times this one. So 6. And then the index -1. So you 2. But this side and this side, they actually are the same, just different way of writing the derivative. Okay, if you feel comfortable, you can say y dash, or if you're comfortable with this one, dy dx. All right. Okay, and let's give more examples. All right. So example 2. Let me erase it. I could use dy dx. So another example. So we have y equal to 5x. All right. So how do I do the derivative? Okay. So you could say dy dx. Okay. And let me put this one in the middle. It's look nicer to put in the middle, okay? And then you know that this is 1, right? 1 times the front here, okay? This, put it in front, so it's 5, right? And then you know that x meaning x to the first power, right? By habit, we don't write the first power, we just say x. And then is 1 minus 1 is 0, right? So x to the 0 power, what is it? 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So 5 times 1 is 5, right? So your final answer is 5. Okay, we usually mark our answer this way. Okay, if you prefer this way, this is the way people study mathematics usually mark it this way. Okay, or if the Hong Kong way, they will do that. Okay, mark your answer. Okay, for me, I prefer this way. This is my habit since young. Okay, so this is power rule. Let me give you more example for the power rules. Another example, so take a look of this, jot down your note. A good student must have a good study note, right? Let's do more questions. So the next example is y equal to 2x to the third power. So can you do it? Homeschooler and homeschool educators? It's easy. Follow this power rule, okay? We throw the index in front first, times them together. Let's say dy dx. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6. And then x, right? And the index minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So you are done. You're done with the derivative. So it is 6x to the second power. All right. I've done this question before, actually. Okay, so I will get into another one. Okay, let me take one example, another one. All right. So for example, another one, y equal to x to the cube. This, you call it cube. All right, power 3 is cube. Plus x to the square, or second power. Second power has a special name, square. Okay. You need to know the name when you study mathematics, all right? And plus, say, x. All right, so let's do the derivative. dy over dx, y dy over dx, this side is y, and this side is x. So put the index right in front, follow the rule, put the index right in front, so 3x. And then use the index minus 1, 3 minus 1 is 2, you're done with that, all right? And now look at the, this one is meaning this one, right? And then we go for next one. All right. So this one. Okay. This one pass. And then again, put the index right front. So 2, right? 2x. And then the index minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So we don't write it. Okay. And then now go for another one. Right here. Right? When the index is 1, actually, you just take the here, the front one, okay, plus 1. If you want to know the reason, because this is x, the index is 1, so put the 1 in front, okay, 1 times x, and then this index minus 1, minus 1 is 1 minus 1 is 0. So I told you anything equal to 0, it is 1. So eventually it's 1. So if you understand this, whenever it is the first power actually equal to the coefficient in front, and you just throw away the variable. So it's 1. Okay, that would be the answer of your derivative. Or maybe you would ask me, what do you mean by coefficient? All right, so let me explain a little bit. Okay, I love to use colors. Okay, when I teach my peers calculus, I love to use color, or teacher anything, I love to use colors because easy for you to remember things and draw your attention to study. Okay, use color to teach your different color pens to teach your homeschooler. Okay, so for example, I have 3x. This is the example. I teach you the term. To the second power. So what does it mean by coefficient? Coefficient is the one before here. Is coefficient in mathematics. Coefficient. Okay. So of course the x is the we call in mathematics. You could call it unknown, or you could call it variable. Okay, they means the same. I hope I have space for that. Oh gosh, they don't have. Okay, good. All right. So you need to know the term when you study. Okay, some basic math term you have to know. Okay, so is the derivative answer is 3x to the second power plus 2x plus 1 for this question. Let's do more. Okay. So remember, I focus only on the power rule. This is the first rule of derivative. Okay, let me erase it. So video lesson, have a good thing. You can watch it again and again. And if you don't understand, just rewatch it. Okay, it's quite simple. Okay. At the beginning, maybe you feel a little hard. I like to make lesson very easy for my student to learn, for my daughter to learn. So make it colorful and easy. So let's say x to the fourth power, you have y equal to, okay, plus x to the second power plus 4x. All right, homeschooler, you're very smart in my eye. I give you 1 minute to finish the question, and then I will do it for you. Okay, I will pause for 1 minute. Okay, have a go. I know you will do it very quick and get your answer. All right, you're right. Okay, let me show you the answer. Okay, you have dy dx, dy dx, and then this one, first one, put the index up front. So 4x, right? You have an index. You have an index. And then minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is 3. And then let's go for the second one. Right here, right? Plus. And then throw it in front, 2x. And you go index, you need to minus 1. I prepared the rule. Okay, so minus 2 minus 1 is 1. We don't need to write. I told you many times, x to the first power equal to x. By habit, no one to put the first power. Okay, if you do that, I will think, oh, you don't really know math. All right, I will just say x. Okay, and then the next one, as I told you before, if you only have, if you x to the first power, just ignore it, throw away your x. Just put the constant in front, the coefficient in front, okay? So, and you have a constant, all right? The coefficient will become a constant because the variable is gone, okay? So if only number stay there in mathematics, we call constant, right? If you want to know why, easy, explain to you again. All right, this is meaning 4x to the first power. So first power times this is 4. And then again, here, your index minus 1. So it becomes 0. Remember what I say? Anything to the 0 power is 1. So it meaning 4 times 1. So eventually 4. So if I see x, 4x, 5x, I just throw away the variable and equal to the constants, the coefficient, and then standalone become constants. All right, that would be very easy to remember. So you're done with the question. The derivative of this answer would be 4x cubed plus 2x plus 4. Mark your answer. Okay, in the exam, IGCSE exam or any exam, mark your final answer. You could use this way. This is a cute way to mark the answer. All right, have a look, and then I'll move on. Another question. All right, sometimes when we learn something finish, we need to look at it and analyze how to doing it. Remember, retain your memories. Okay, take things slow. You don't have to hurry at the beginning. Understand first and retain your memory, and then practice later. You will do it very quick, super quick. Besides super quick, also all correct. All right, let's move on the other one by applying the power rule. Okay, another thing I want to tell you is about the index. In case, suppose you don't know it, I give you some mathematical term, okay? For example, a to the n power in mathematics, we call this one, I love colors. We call this a, we call base. All right, and then this guy on the top, we have many names you need to know. We call it index. Or we could call it power. Or we could call it exponents. Okay? It's better for you to remember three of them. Okay? It's interchangeable to use it. All right. Once we understand the term. Okay, now, example, we do one more derivative. Okay? Let's say, example, 4x to the second, we should put a y there, make things easy, okay? Y equal to 4x to the second power plus 3x to the negative 1. So how do we do derivative? Okay, answer, dy dx equal to, put this one in front, times the coefficient of 4. So 8, 2 times 4 is 8. We got 8x, and then our index. What am I going to do with my index? I use my index minus 1, so it is 1. X to the first power, meaning x. Remember, we don't put the 1 there. All right, we don't do that habit. Okay, and now you know that for this one. Okay, this one must be put in front and times the plus 3. Plus times negative, you will have negative. So negative 3, and then your x right here. And this time the n is negative 1. So what you do? That means negative 1 minus 1. Okay? So it meaning negative 2. All right? If you want to make it beautiful, you could say dy dx equal to ax minus 3 over x to the second power. Okay, that would be a very beautiful answer. Let me explain to you why this negative thing would go down. Okay, that is the rule of index. Okay, let's take a look at the index rule. A to the negative n power, actually, this negative, we're asking you to think this way, okay? This negative meaning over. So, meaning 1 over a to the n power. Sometimes we have to do a little imagination, make it easier for us to remember certain rule, okay? Use some imagination to think about it, okay? So just put this one like 1 over. So see, this is like 1 over. 3 times 1 is 3, so over and become a positive power. So x to the second power. Just follow this rule, index rule. Okay? Then we are done with it. Okay. All right. One more example. Want to more example? Quite interesting, right? Math is not difficult, right? Derivative is not difficult. Differentiation is not difficult. All right. Math is actually easy when you are really understand how to do it and then practice it. It's not difficult thing. Okay, let's do another one. All right, let's do one more for the negative power. Example, y equal to 4 to the second power. Sorry, x to the second power, let's say. X to the second power minus 4x to the negative 1 power plus 2x to the negative 2 power. All right. So now, another thing I want to tell you, okay, this y thing, for example, y equal to 2x, for example, we would also write the y as f of x equal to 2x. What does it mean? Okay, that means the function of x. Okay, function of x. Function of x. Okay, so we know that y in this equation, meaning f of x. Let's show you another way for doing it. Okay, we know conclusion. Y is equal to f of x. Okay, so let me show you how I do it another way. So I don't write the y, I say f of x. F of x. So when I want to do derivative, I just say f pi of x. So it's the same. This is meaning y pi or dy dx. They means the same. Okay, so let's do this one. Put this one right in front. So you have 2x. And then 2 index minus 1. So it's 1. Remember, x to the first power. We don't write it the first power. Okay, we just say 2x. And then now we go to this one. Okay, this one. So the negative throw in front to times the coefficient of negative 4. Minus is plus. So plus 4x. And then what am I going to do with this index? Minus 1. So it's minus second power. And then I'll go to here. Okay? So, and then again, this one, throw it in front to times the coefficient plus 2. So become negative 4. And then what happened to this negative 2? Minus 1. So it's negative 3. Okay? So now, I have to delete this and write one more time, f pi of x. Okay, remember they are the same, just different way to writing it. Okay, so I write it nicely, put the index back down. So I have 2x plus 4. Let me put it up a little bit. 4x to the second power. This one changed. Okay, and then minus 4x to the third power, 4 over x to the third power. And that would be a very fantastic answer, beautiful answer. All right, you could put it this way, but put it this way better. Okay, because in mathematics, by habit, we don't like to take the negative index as a final answer. So we turn it to be positive 1. Remember why you turn it to be a positive 1? Because you have a rule, right? A to the negative n power actually meaning the negative, meaning 1 over. And then put the power to be positive at the denominator. Okay, so okay, let me tell you math term again. Okay, if you have This one on the top is called numerator. Okay? This one on the bottom is called denominator. All right? That's how we call it in math. All right? Okay? So when we are done, mark your answer as a final answer. Okay? So you have 2x plus 4 over x to the second power minus 4 over x to the cube. So that would be your answer. So you're done. Okay, so do you think it's difficult for the smart word derivative beginning step of calculus? Now you can do calculus. Even you 10 years old, you can watch that and do calculus. All right, so math is not difficult. So keep watching it again until you understand. Replay the videotape until you understand. And another thing very important is practice. Write the question again on the paper and then practice it to see whether you can do all the example. Actually, in this video, I gave you a lot of example. So practice it. Okay, not just only watch, you have to actually do it, apply it yourself. Okay, so next lesson, I will teach you another derivative rule. So today, our lesson is about power rule. Okay? Okay, so stop here. Enjoy your math. See you next lesson. Bye bye.